All right. We are here. It is indeed episode 1, allegedly, although not necessarily, because it is the cryptic passage, which slots itself somewhere in the middle, from what I understand. Well, not in the middle. It is hypothetically the penultimate episode, chronologically speaking, right before the very last one. Also, I have been told, and hey, why would I ever verify information I can just take on good faith? It is mission 7, however, Mountain Pass.
Champagne. Mere alcohol doesn't thrill me at all.
Please.
I get a kick out of you.
Please stop singing, Caleb. It's getting on my nerves. Alright then. This is a situation might as well immediately perform an ammo check, as boring as it may be. Some ammo in the flare gun, 37 shots to be precise, 38 shots for the shotgun, 217 as far as the Tommy gun is concerned. Fall shots, so very few as far as the napalm launcher, gotta watch out for that one, not much napalm though. There is some dynamite, no motion activated one, but some remote activated one, so if I want to perform those little trick shots with the dynamite, I can. A decent bit of dynamite in the Tesla gun, which is absolutely lovely. I can always spend my health using the Sentry's Skull, whatever that's called. And then there's the Voodoo Doll, which I criminally underuse, but then again, it is an atrocious bit of gear. It is annoying. You just prick your finger if you don't have a target. And I would say that it's more trouble than it is worth. I tend to underuse certain weapons because I tend to prefer other ones. I tend to prefer the ones that are genuinely useful. But then again, I guess I should spread my usage, my ammo usage amongst all of them, otherwise I will end up in trouble when I desperately actually need a particular type of weapon, and will be down to the ones that are essentially useless in a given circumstance, just because I elected to use my weapons of choice in a circumstance where other ones would have been just fine. So maybe, just maybe, when faced with zombies, I could use up, say, the spray can. Not the best of examples because I've used that one up. To my own credit, I guess I did use up the spray can, as much as I hate it. But anyway, I could hypothetically use the Voodoo Doll on zombies or something like that. Or maybe I could use the Voodoo Doll on, say, a single gargoyle, something like that. The wailing, of course, is going to go over my voice, but that is perfectly okay, that's perfectly understandable. Okay, here we are starting out. The Bogey Creek is presumably this way, that's where we came from. More ammo for the Tommy gun, so presumably that's what I should start out using. I can burn down the trees, I presumably should not burn down the trees. That's not particularly environmentally friendly. But thankfully the cultists are lowering the carbon footprint of humanity by, you know, just murdering everyone and turning them to zombies. Zombies don't really pollute that much now, do they? They just seek out brains and then eradicate other miscreants. Oh, no you won't. Down he goes. Gotta keep an eye out. These people are not willing to engage from a particular distance, apparently. If you have good enough aim, you can tag them with a flare from a high enough distance, and they will not respond. Apparently, they have a maximum effective range. So that's another way to mess with the cultists. You don't have to shoot their shoulders, you can also shoot them from far enough. Which doesn't work in close quarters, but that's okay. Mountain Pass, yes. Yes, that follows. And you know, if that follows, then so do I! Yeah, you know, that's a bit of a pro tip as far as backing off is concerned. Make sure you know what is behind you. That's actually something I've struggled with in quite a few games. Mostly this says, oh, come on, I made the same mistake twice in a row. But yes, you need to have firm foot. Here's the problem, I need to back off at a particular angle from these cultists. Otherwise I'm going to be in a bit of a pickle. I do want to aggro them. Oh, goodness. Fine. Ow. You know what? Maybe that's the best thing that could possibly happen to me. I got tagged a few times, that's fine. This is hard for me to pick up. But yes, quite often, the optimal thing to do for you is to back off and keep on shooting at your target. Now, there are limits to this. There are obvious downsides to this. Namely, the upside is obvious. You're dealing damage and you are evading them. You're making yourself a more difficult target. You're moving, you're weaving about, and at the same time you're backing away, so you're making yourself a smaller and smaller target as you back away. However, you don't know where you're going. Quite frankly, I think that might have been the reasoning behind one particular game out there that provides you with what essentially amounts to, I kid you not, a real view mirror for a human being in hell. Which doesn't work particularly well. You might as well remember what's behind you, because if you keep your eyes on the real view mirror, you're not aiming at your target. Although I guess it might just take some getting used to. Here I go. Refusing to actually proceed because I got on a tangent. That's what happens to me sometimes. But yes, of course. If you're dealing with a game where you know the maps ahead of time, like say you're playing Overwatch, as I was, then obviously one might argue there's no excuse. You just memorize the maps, and then in any given place you know what's behind you, you know exactly how many steps you need to take in each direction, and then you just do that. You essentially walk through the level backwards blind. And that's perfectly fine because you know the level. Like the back of your hand. You don't have to check the back of your hand. You know it's there, you know what it's like. Nothing unusual. And then you just focus on shooting opponents which are novel, because you don't always know exactly where they're going to be on a given level. Although I guess the sort of people who play Valorant or Counter-Strike can also predict to an extent where such novel elements will occur as people, because people are to an extent predictable. They are constrained in where they can go. So that's particularly... Well, so that's also somewhat predictable. Not as predictable, obviously, as the level's layout. Did that guy just spawn around the corner as I was walking? I think he did. Well, either way, yes. Arguably, you should memorize the maps. What is my objection to this? It's hard and it takes time. That's literally it. That's literally my entire objection to that... Oh, of course. There's just a pillar in the background. It's the parallax effect. Okay. I guess what I wanted to say isn't particularly thrilling or advanced, but yes, that is my conclusion. Whoa! That it's difficult to memorize levels. Especially if you don't play the game over and over. I guess it's something that just happens on its own. If you play the game enough, you will memorize the layout of every single level, and then the point becomes moot. Can I actually shoot through these? Ah, can shoot through the bars, not effectively. Ow! Once again, how is this game meant to be played? Do they ever run out of ammo? I don't think they do. Am I not supposed to go up? But there's armor up there. But it's just not worth it. Look at this. You end up over here. What is that accomplished? What? Do you need a skull key to pass?
I need a key.
Yes, you do. That's quite a nice effect. However, they've riddled me with bullets, and I don't particularly appreciate that, to say the least. So I guess the solution is instead to descend. Which you wouldn't know were you not to first get riddled on your first try. Because, as we have established, once you know, you know. Once you've gone through the level the initial time, you know the layout of the enemies, and then you can actually deal with things. Although, once again, the fact that on higher difficulties, additional enemies spawn, and thus they appear in additional novel spots, keeps you on your toes. And means that even more playthroughs may be required to actually be able to deal with these things. Dynamite tossed. Oh no! He singed me, but that's okay, I can heal up with the hearts. Oh no. They're gonna toss dynamite, aren't they? Yes, they are. What, did he follow something? Alright, that's both of them gone. What is this? It's a deep hole, presumably something spawns here. I guess we'll find out soon enough. This worries me. 2 shots, and now we wait. Alright, he's up there. Anything down here? He's up there, I can see him. Alright, can I actually toss my dynamite well enough to dispatch him? Or should I just tag his shoulder? Ooh! I could try to pull this off. Hold on. Well, I was right, I could try. That'll do. I know I used 2, but at the same time, is it better to reload and get that perfect hit? I think this'll do. It wasn't perfect, but it was good enough. Also a doctor's bag that I can't quite pick up because I also have 12 units of charge on this one. What is that? Why is it glowing? Am I supposed to shoot it to blow it up? Peculiar. Artifact. Oh boy. Oh no. Yeah, it just occurred to me, it just dawned on me. These are crates filled with artifacts. Now I was tempted to say ancient artifacts, but what do I know? Can they be brand spanking new artifacts? What is that? You do blow it up, don't you? Looks like a forklift to me. It presumably raises this thing all the way up to the door, doesn't it? Okay. Or is this a button? Are you supposed to press it? Is this a light? I can hop on over to the other side, but I still had the rest of the corridor to explore. Fine. I'll explore first, and then, and only then, will I mess with that. You know, if we are dealing with a mountain, I would have expected to go up rather than down. Oh no, maybe they have dug too greedily and too deep. Nah, who am I kidding? These are the cultists. What they're doing is already destructive enough. But then again, that doesn't preclude the possibility that they have... yes, exceeded the earthly mandate, whatever. Let's switch to the doll and deal with the zombie using the doll. Hey, other zombie. Stab. 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 Ow, come on. Come on, I did it properly. Okay, stab. Oh, come on. What? I am aiming. See, this is what annoys me. Even if you seemingly get everything right, it still doesn't work sometimes. Okay, fine. I am willing to kite them in close quarters. 2 zombies down, using the voodoo doll. Stab, stab. 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 That's 3 stabs per zombie. I've almost drained it halfway. Pathetic. Disappointing. Inevitable. But hey, I used up a new weapon. Glory hallelujah. Switching to the voodoo doll. Hey, follow me if you want to die. Okay, stab. And down he goes. The doll is down to 40. What? Oh no! How? What? No! Oh, this is... Do I reload or do I not reload? You know what, whatever. Whatever. I'll take the hit. I'm fine with it. Actually, I'm not fine with it, but... Fair enough. I'll have to be able to return here. To go through the skeleton doll. Yes, inevitably so. Hello, who have we here? I can go upstairs, once again under the fork in the road. But of course I can't go upstairs if I'm crouching. So I have to do this bizarre, atrocious walk of shame upstairs. Ah, it's tempting to just go... fine, fine. I'm going to patiently, carefully walk. Did that spawn have... Wait. This is a spot from which they were, yes, physically assaulting me. They were shooting me. They were gunning me down, riddling me with bullets. I shouldn't use soft language! Yes, for them and for that circumstance. Alright. Dispatched. Dealt with. Murdered. Down they go. Presumably that just loops around and this spits me out exactly where I started. Oh, a teleporter. What? It's kinda dark. I don't have beast vision, but it's okay. Ah, invisibility. Curious. Okay. First of all, where does this take me? Where does it actually take me? One way to find out. And, as I have mentioned, it... obviously there was something that needed to spit me out over here. And that's it, the teleporter. The teleporter brings me all the way back. And now that this place is relatively safe, as far as I can tell... How do you get at the voodoo doll, then? Do you need the jump boots? Or can you open a window? Can you crack open the window? Wait, let's pick up armor. To have a way to deal with bullets. As you can see, this loads me all the way up to 100 in terms of armor. Curious, because I had the 12 units. And I presume it doesn't just by default load you up by 88. So it presumably loads it up to 100. Therefore, super armor, which brings you to 200 on everything, is super for that reason. Okay. Back to the forklift, all through here upstairs. Let's go upstairs first. Okay, fine. I actually like the suspenseful music here. Can we get at the doll? Yes, we can. Has a secret been revealed? A secret has not been revealed. It's very mundane. We just open the door. Get on the floor. Presumably, there's a spot with a crack in a wall that you can blow up to retrieve some goodies. But I will have a rough time telling with all the cracks on all these walls. Eerie. Alright. I can pick up invisibility, but once I do that, I have to make good use of it. Let's go! Single cultist, go. No, open the door! No, no, he doesn't even, Cultist! 24 seconds, 20. Nope, wrong way. 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, 1, gone. You know, I did mention the inconvenient placement of power-ups. This is exactly what I have in mind. Great, I found the can. Seriously, I've picked up invisibility. A wonderful power-up. By any stretch of the imagination. What did that do to me? What did that do for me, rather? Basically nothing. I've slain a single cultist. Which is great, I guess. It's better than not slaying that single cultist or having... or being forced to sustain damage while slaying that cultist. But at the same time, it is a disappointment. Just move. Hello, Flame. Okay. I have one experiment to perform over here. It has to be done. Are you familiar with the experiment that, well, Newton proposed as a thought experiment, I guess, but that was actually repeatedly carried out with a cannonball dropped from the stern of the boat? Well, as far as video games are concerned, there are two schools of thought as far as inertial frames are concerned. One of which is right, and the other one has confused children around the world for generations. Let's see what happens. Yep. Now, obviously, I can't count out the possibility that was acceleration, but that was bad anyway. You see, as you are on a moving platform or vehicle, if you jump up, one of two things can possibly happen. Either you are moving alongside the vehicle, you're in the same inertial frame or whatever, and essentially you are moving with the thing, so as you jump up, you remain above the thing, moving with it, or as you jump up and detach from the platform you're standing on, it'll move forward and you're just gonna drop down behind it. Those are the two possibilities. And my goodness, there are actually games out there that have you drop down. This is one of them. Well, in this particular case, the object just goes through you, which is arguably even worse. But hey. It's not that difficult to implement properly either. It's just annoying that people... Oh no. Okay, got him. Nailed him. And I do have a doctor's bag to pick up elsewhere, so let's use some of the more original weapons in this circumstance. Fine, let's save. $57. The red what? The button? That's the button you press. And once you press the button, it moves the forklift. Nothing over here. Ah, I see. Alright. Let's head on back and heal up. The voodoo doll is useful against the gray Geigo. It is indeed. It's annoying to use, but at the same time it deals a decent bit of damage, so shouldn't complain. Let's pick up all the hearts over here. Have I left any behind? There's one over there. I can get to it using the teleporter, and then it's Life Seed City. Population me. I've left the doctor's bag behind too. Where was that? Where was that indeed? Oh dear. Presumably a decent bit far back. Whatever. Let's teleport here first of all, because there was a heart there, wasn't there? Let's not fall, because that would be quite silly indeed. Any hearts left behind over here? I'm all the way up to 91, but I am greedy enough to check. Yes, and this is the only time presumably you will be falling back so far. So I'm all the way back to 100. Moving back to the life seed. Through here and the way to the forklift, hop on it, over here, activate the panel, life seed, and I am all the way up to 200, so losing all that health wasn't particularly meaningful. Nothing I couldn't recover from. Our true testament to the idea that the only hit point that matters... I didn't have to backtrack so far. Okay, let's remember, 2 hearts over here. The only hit point that matters is the final one. There we go. The access to the elevator has been granted. Now, you might argue that this isn't particularly ergonomic, but whatever. Blood on the wall. This doesn't bode well. But let's proceed anyway. Nothing of note. Nothing that I can see. Presumably it will just lead me to that other door. Another teleporter? I can tell by the glow. What? Okay, they do converge. Obviously the paths converge. This spits you out over here. Which you need to use once you get the skeleton key in order to be able to access the skeleton door. Or the skeleton key based or whatever. What we now have access to is this elevator which takes us down and presumably grants us the ability to get the skull key. Not the skeleton key, the skull key, whatever. It's not a whole skeleton. For a moment that I contemplated hopping, oh dear. Hopping whilst on the elevator, but knowing this game, it presumably would just have me go up and would have the elevator leave me behind. That is someone getting splattered on the wall. So presumably, once I put the lever, I should move away. I don't like this. There's a skull on this, there's a grate here, and a web. Presumably you get something nasty once you pull the lever. Well, obviously. No, that's presumably just for the elevator, isn't it? Yeah, it sends it up. Oh, and it's a flip switch. That's amazing. So it doesn't matter what position it is in. All that matters is that you flip it. Well, they shouldn't represent it as a two states... whatever. Fine. Either way, I wanted the elevator back down here so I wouldn't have to deal with whatever is here with absolutely no place to back myself into. I am still essentially backed into a corner if I have to go all the way to the elevator, but at least a tiny smidgen less than I would if the elevator was not there. And besides, at least in principle, I can get back up by pulling the lever. In a scene basically taken straight out of a standard horror movie. I see spiders. So what worries me is that I might encounter the spider boss at the end of this corridor. I do have the ammo to deal with her, but it would still be an annoyance. Dynamic little mood lighting. What do we have here? Yeah, I was desperately trying to make sure there's a ceiling there, because obviously we are within the depths. Ow, come, no! No, not like this. So obviously the sky shouldn't be above me, because I'm down in the mines. You pick the tiniest of bits, you immediately get nailed. How am I supposed to deal with them? Am I supposed to barge in and gun them down, accept the health loss? Or am I supposed to be sneaky and smart about this? I don't have a sniper rifle. I can't shoot around corners. I am very severely constrained in what I can accomplish here. Just sliding the tiniest of bits, hoping for the best. Okay, I can see a shoulder. Is that as much as I can see? Let's slide the tiniest bit forward and try to get this guy. I could wait for him to drop down. Damn it. That'll do. There's another one upstairs. I gotta be careful. Now the worst part is that I want to hold crouch and walk at the same time. And of course that kind of limits my movement options. Actually, it mostly limits my ability to save. Which shouldn't really matter, all things considered. Okay, I'm going to make this... I'm going to make this work. I'm absolutely invested in the idea of not losing any health here. And I didn't lose any health here. That doesn't mean that I'll try to do this all the way through. I just didn't want these call... Well, I guess my dedication to this idea is going to get that. Fine, fine, you know what? No, fine. Get back here! Oh, down the pit he goes. This game sometimes. Well, this game most of the time, really. Ow. Come on. I'll try not to be so compulsive about this, but it really annoys me. It's one of those... just bounces off the wall. It's just one of those things at this point. Just the pinnacle of negative feedback. I shot him even though I had no earthly right to be able to hit him. Whatever, whatever. It still worked. Still worked. It worked in my favor, so I shouldn't really complain, should I? Well, assuming that you only complain if things don't go your way. Which is not the case with me, obviously. Things may still go my way, and I will still feel entitled to complaining. Because it's not about things working out for me. Interestingly enough, yes, this applies to quite a few people. Obviously, you need the I key for this one.
I need a key.
So I'll be back in the mines as soon as I explore the place with the skull key, unless you're supposed to find the I key first and the skull key last. Or the skull key in the middle, so you have to run around, backtracking more and more. There was something to pick up down there. I think I saw some dynamite. But never mind that. Yeah, as I was saying, you can feel like things are absolutely fair and refuse to complain if certain rules are followed. Which may make you a proceduralist to an extent, but being a proceduralist isn't bad in all contexts. I guess to an extent it can be tied to a person's notion of fairness, that rules were followed. Especially when it comes to video games, that's a fairly common sense of fairness, isn't it? But then again, the game is driven by a certain set of rules, regardless, pretty much by definition. Ah yes, a billboard rock. A bit awkward, but hey. As long as you don't walk up next to it, it may seem fine. But especially on that screenshot. A teleporter, and where do you spit me out? Because I have 0 keys at this stage. Do you teleport me all the way down? We are about to find out. In the middle of enemies? Please no. Yep, all the way down. We are down the pit. This is the place I saw with the dynamite and apparently with the key. Now this is a huge crack if I've ever seen one. Yes, it's so obvious, in fact, that it's basically your only way out. You are supposed to have a crack at it, I guess. Alright, dynamite, here we come. I'm not going to waste napalm on this. Oh! That's convenient. Oh, hey, look, you can get behind this. Well, I can certainly get behind this, but now I can't get back. I can't get back. I'm stuck. I'm just stuck. Look at this. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I did save right before that, but still. It was a nice idea, though. It was fairly reasonable. I figured, hey, there's bound to be some sort of a secret there because you only see this spot for a brief moment before the water pushes you all the way back up and you end up back in the cavern. Makes perfect logical sense. Except, of course, it's the wrong thing to do. Oh my, look at this interaction. How awkward is this? They couldn't have just depicted him standing on what effectively is a platform, could they? No. And of course, he can't dive into this water. I mean, talk about hard water. Oh, did you get soft locked yourself? Or did you not play this level and just figured that I would find it myself? Yeah, I just wanted to complain about another fact. The fact that obviously you cannot go into this water. You cannot dive in. So, you know, hard water and all that. You're walking on water. Casually. So yeah, I'm going to complain about this implementation because it's absolutely asinine. It's not like you cannot depict the water gently rising and Caleb standing on it. If you are going to make this a platform anyway, why, and I can't stress this enough, why can you not depict Caleb gently going up and down? They can do so for elevators, and if they're not going to bother to make sure that you can actually properly be able to dive into the water, which would complicate matters a bit, then why not just have him slide up gently instead of doing that nonsense that they just did? No earthly reason. This could have been coded better, and this isn't expecting too much. This is just shoddy craftsmanship. Wasn't experienced with the... you know, it's also fair. Yeah, they made the expansion. They may not even have had access to the engine all that much. Presumably they were just, you know, provided with the... I mean, at that point, designing levels presumably involved a decent bit of coding. It's not like they could have just scripted everything that he's... I don't know what tools they were dealing with. But I still will feel at liberty to judge them to an extent because this just seems shoddy. And of course, if you don't want to be that gracious, you can always just have the water be water and have it rise up. Now, they had that in a previous level. I do remember a level with the water. There were many levels with the water level rising, and they solved this reasonably gracefully. So, even putting Caleb at the risk of drowning, this could have been done gracefully. All they should have done is have the water be water, have it rise. And then out of a sense of self-preservation, the player will swim up and up and up desperately. You can make a nice little beat out of the scene, where you are desperately trying to keep up with the water surging all the way up, and then you arrive over here, gasping for air, and lo and behold, you're up there, you're back, you have your precious key, everything worked out. That's a nice scene, and it makes perfect sense. The teleporter takes me all the way back to the... You know, that is a good point. Yeah, what does happen? Oh dear. Okay, let's try it out. Oh, it suddenly teleports you to a different place. What are the odds? And I do mean a different place in terms of XYZ coordinates on the level. You could obviously argue that relative to the water, it's the same spot. Fair enough. I don't know if I should hold these sorts of things against people, but then, once again, I'm a software engineer. I spot these sorts of things. And if there is something one could improve upon, then to a certain extent I can kinda tell. And I guess this is the sort of... It's something presumably everyone deals with. You just spot the sorts of things that stand out as far as your area of expertise is concerned. Alright, am I seriously supposed to hop on to the other side? Well, I guess I am. Let's see. Hop! Worked out. I'm fine with this one. Exciting. Okay, you presumably pull it from the inside to ride this... Wait a minute. No, I've left the cave. That's fair enough. Never mind. The symbol of a circle is displayed or all around. Are there any cultists on the other side? No. Oh, it's just this rickety little bridge. Oh, no, no. You know, I expected this to happen. Quite frankly, I should have just reacted immediately. Instead of acting all surprised. Of course that was going to happen. I can run across the bridge, or I can deal with them. I mean, all I can deal with them. Time for napalm. You know, when you're right, you're right. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess up. You know, if I get hurt, so be it. But I don't want to die here. Done. I mean, yeah, I got decently hurt, but that's okay. It's fine. Hop. Danger. Yeah, you don't say. You do not say. You could just hop on over, right? Makes perfect sense to hop on over. Walking across it is pointless. You're not grounded. So why would you? Ooh, candles. What is this nonsense? Do you get the skulky here? You get ammo for the... whatever it's called. Your little portable turret. Oh, I see. I see. Have we seen this before? Have we been down there? I can't tell. It's vibrating with ancient mystical energy. Horrifying. Ah, I see, I see. So as we lower the pillar, presumably this will rise, which will grant us a skull key, which will allow us to open the final door. Oh, super armor. Thank you. Oh boy, here they come, here they come. How do I deal with them? Voodoo doll. Okay, how about I dispose of the doll to kill one of the gargoyles? Hey, it does AoE damage, I think. That's cute. Yeah, the Tesla gun is, as they would say, a bit OP. But it's not like I mind. Here's my precious napalm launcher, and I could hypothetically go all the way back, but I am curious what is downstairs. Fall damage worries me, but let's try to find out. Ow. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. We've been here anyway. Fine, let's just head back, but presumably at this point, enemies may have spawned, well, anywhere and everywhere. Do I just drop down like a sane person, or do I go all the way back this way? Whatever. Might as well. Hop! Excellent, we're back. And now let's head on back through here. This is the part of the path. Yes, this is the part of the path. That's why I was marveling at what I saw when looking up. There seemed to be something up there, but I didn't put two and two together at that point. Right, we are back here. Time to use the elevator to go all the way back up. With the skull key, we can teleport back, progress, and possibly get this all over with. We shall see soon enough. Through here, we are too far down. We have to go upstairs first to the teleporter. There we go. Teleporter. Open this. Phew! You've scared me a bit. I guess... Which I guess is a good thing. No, get back... No, 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 no! Will they... Look, I am somewhat invested in clearing out levels 100%. What am I supposed to do here? Yep. Well, there they go. Even if I can get this one, I don't think I'll ever be able to get that one back. It's just gone. It went around the bend, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna come back anytime soon. Okay. See, once again, I can put myself in harm's way. I can do that, it's not impossible, but at the same time, if I do that, then I take unnecessary damage just for the privilege of keeping these monstrosities within certain bounds. You can't get it either because they only materialize when they are near you. When hopefully they will get near me of their own volition, right? They are programmed to engage the player, aren't they? Aren't they? What? Get back. Well, there it goes. You know what? Never mind. Never mind. I should just let go of all my rage and frustration. I should just give up. I should essentially accept what is right in front of me, resign myself to my fate. Because there is nothing I can do about this at this stage. What am I supposed to do? Reload? Flying enemies are very buggy. Yes, they are. Sometimes they just fly away. Yeah. Yeah, presumably they're just using the wrong vector by 180. So it's supposed to be heading my way, but it's all the way there. Running into a wall. Because the verticality of it isn't the problem. You know, if it was going my way, but it was far up, fair enough. I've seen enough gargoyles get all the way up and then eventually swoop down and get ya. That's fine, they can be far up, they can always descend. Well, they can usually descend. But this, it's not even going my way in any way, shape or form. It's just going in circles. Yeah. And someone out there at some point thought that's good enough. I need a key.
I need a key.
I do need a key. No, don't, no. Oh no. Don't tell me you're supposed to go around this. What do you even call this? We've been through this, I guess. There's some sort of a term for this sort of thing. When it goes around a building. No clue if there's any sort of term for this when it goes around a mountain, but you know. The sort of thing that goes around the building, around the edges. Is there a name for this? No, you're kidding me. This is literally the path you're supposed to pick. Couple of hellhounds behind the door. The ghost was a poor choice. Come on, Flame. No. The choice of enemies is not poor. If you're making the level, and you know you're having people test the level out to make sure it plays properly, then fair enough. Swap the enemies out for something that can fall down a hole and die, or that can be reached. Don't put the player against enemies he can possibly, you know, fail to kill and then have them fly around pointlessly. Some gasoline and a file key. Yeah, they like these things to be thematic. But it's not... Oh, and of course the sign is a billboard, so it always faces you no matter where you are. And once again, that's fine. Once again, the game was constructed with certain limitations. Billboards are fine. I'm not gonna harp on that. This segment was no, this is fine. Once again, you are going around this treacherous little bend, and hypothetically you could fall to your death. It doesn't waste time that much. It's a narrow little ledge. I guess that's the term I'll settle on. It's a ledge. It's a narrow little ledge. You have to carefully navigate. No, no! You were saying? No! Flame, the whole point of this section is to set up for this particular single moment. This was it. Wow. Anyway, the conclusion was kind of obvious. No, if you run, you actually just fall. Yeah. Anyway, my conclusion obviously was that it's not people who created the level for the expansion that are at fault. It's the original programmers who coded in the AI behavior that is so absolutely pathetically shoddy. And I have helped on AI from the moment I laid eyes upon this game. So it's not that I suddenly got cranky because I'm too familiar with it. No, it's just bad. The AI in this is particularly bad. And once again, I don't expect miracles over here. I don't expect them to be, I don't know, alien isolation level of really crafty. I don't want them to circle around you and so on, to use some advanced strategies or tactics. But I do expect them to be able to navigate the levels, to be able to find you and try to kill you, something like that. Those are the bare-bone absolute necessities of any AI in any game. True, once again, yeah, and by that standard, I guess if you design the expansion, you can account for that and counteract that, but you should never do that. And frankly, if I'm an engineer tasked with designing this and I know that there are these sorts of flaws, I may just decide, never mind, the game is designed this way, and technically if you do not slay 100% of the enemies, that's kind of fine. The zombies will end up walking into walls anyway. I might as well design this shoddily to mostly be an experience, because those wraiths flying out at you, that is a nice experience, that's a nice little beat. You open the door and suddenly 2 wraiths come out screaming, that's nice. Once again, the level design in this is brilliant. It's these little tiny situations that they plan. Or the cultists over here, scaring the bejesus out of me and having me fall off the narrow ledge. That's brilliant, that's top shelf. If they were smart enough, if they had proper pathfinding, this game would be so much better. I mean, that's basically all it takes, isn't it? Give this game even better graphics, modern graphics, have better AI, and keep all the story beats. And it's suddenly a really gripping horror game. There's so much potential here. People have put so much effort and so much heart into designing these little encounters. Each level is a little story with all these locations and all these tiny little encounters that shake you up emotionally. And it's all ruined because of the shoddy AI. Well, it's not all ruined, it still leaves an impression, but the impression is so severely diminished because of the flaws. Oh, and by the way, I'm not sure how to navigate this one. They are right there. I think I'm just supposed to eat the damage because there's very little I can do otherwise. Or what, do I use the napalm on them? Close quarters, that would be suicidal to an extent. Shoot the shoulder. Off you go. Pretty much every single enemy in this game is broken. So no, in these circumstances, I'm kind of against the idea of desperately working around the system. You are still going to provide a subpar experience for everyone involved. And, you know, arguably, settling for this behavior is better. Once again, like with the wraiths. The 2 wraiths flying out at you, scaring you a bit, is better compared to just putting some boring enemies behind that door. It's a better impression, all in all. Yeah, because who's gonna care about the AI pathing its way in a derpy fashion? There are people like me who will care, but ultimately even I care about the emotional impact. It's essentially a cost what? Oh my god, there's a nice term for this. Not a cost-benefit calculation. It is a calculation between the detriments of the situation on one hand and all the benefits of the situation on the other. So, all in all, I think there's more good that comes out of placing, say, those two wraiths over there, even though they then glitch out, than there is in not putting them there and not having that little emotional beat within the level. So once again, I am for the design, even despite its flaws. I think there's a point to it. See, this is nice. What do? Do you... Oh... See, this is particularly sad, because what you have here, rather than what you have here, all of us have it. What you have here is a nice scenario. You want to back away from the zombies so they don't set you on fire, so they don't deal a tiny bit of fire damage to you. But hey, you come all the way back to this point of the bridge. Do you fall off? Or perhaps you try to round the corner and go around the ledge? What do? Do you stay inside and fight them in close quarters? Or do you hop across and shoot them from afar? That's a nice situation to put the player in. But once again, ruined by the fact that the zombie didn't even go all the way across that part of the bridge that was perfectly safe. Just didn't. Just turned around, glitched out, and got stuck on the pillar. Once again, shoddy, disappointing. And as I think I've made fairly clear, it's not that this game upsets me so much because it's so bad in every regard, in every aspect. It isn't, that's the worst part. It's good, to some extent. It's really nice. They've been raised through magic to God specific... what? No, I get it. But the interesting part is that from a programming perspective, they're not even particularly leashed. You can have an enemy go chase you through the entire level. They don't really necessarily return to those spots. So it's not even that. And, you know, there's another argument you could make. That is that they are forbidden from crossing the bridge because then you could lead them all the way to the depths because they would fall down. But that's not the problem. That's emphatically not the problem because... Or even if it is the problem, even if it is the reason, which it very well may be, that's not even effective. Because I've seen enemies fall off of ledges countless times. Just fall into pits of lava and die. So that's not at least an effective solution, to just forbid them from going on the bridge because they're gonna hurt themselves. No, 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 little zombies, don't go on the bridge, you're going to fall to your deaths down a bottomless pit. Or you're well... No, the deaths, not the undeaths, obviously. Well, yeah, they're not the brain-eating ones, though, aren't they? Because they do keep remarking upon my brain and, you know, the abundance of it. Not to brag over here, but at least the zombies seem to be impressed with my cranial capacity and its contents. This is nice. Once again, a nice little snowy surface. This is cute. Oh, and a doctor's bag. A fresh one. Wait, have I... No, I've left one behind, haven't I? Well, this is the second one. I can always decide to backtrack should I desperately want to get the other one, I guess. And when you open the door, what do you find on the other side? Presumably your imminent demise. Imminent demise seems to be the answer to most questions in this game. Ow! The game giveth and the game taketh away. Alright, you lower the pillar, you presumably get another pillar back with the end of the level. All for all I know, you get the... What? What? How did I get here? What? The hell? That's presumably the path to the secret level, but what? What? What happened? I'm desperately trying to back into a wall behind me to replicate that, but I kinda can't. What? There's a teleporter right there next to the pillar. Oh, right, of course. Okay, fair enough. I backed into this one. Okay. Okay, fine. Well, I just wanted to say that, hey, I don't have the moon key.
I need a key.
Okay, fine. Phew. Okay, I accidentally stepped on a teleporter. Yeah, and got mighty confused. Okay, not a glitch. There's gotta be a reason, obviously. But then again, I've been going on about the shoddy coding in this game for so long that, you know, through a sheer force of habit, I might question everything. But even then, you don't just randomly teleport to a spot most of the time. There's bound to be a reason. Danger. Yeah, I figured. A moving platform. Danger indeed. Hop! You can just wait for it. You don't have to hop onto it. Even Doom had a graphical effect when using a teleporter. That is indeed a very good point. Hold on. If you hop on... See? See? Once again, Newton's experiment with the cannonball. As you're standing on a moving platform, when you hop on... Well, when you hop on top of it, you should not fall off of it through the virtue of hopping. It's not accelerating. It's moving at a constant speed. And you are moving at a constant speed with it. I guess that's what people like to refer to as an inertial frame. You're in the same one. You're moving together. You have that same vector. So as you jump up, the vectors should add. You shouldn't just substitute one for the other. You shouldn't just move up in relation to some, I don't know, lumiferous ether. Because there is no ether, but of course in this game there is the XYZ coordinates, which are absolute. But yeah, that's another thing that annoys me. Although, no, you can still complain about this one. Castlevania got this one wrong as well, and it is an annoying thing, but still. Yeah, that's another thing I wanted to remark upon, that obviously something happens here. And that was once again pretty nice. That they set up this sort of thing over here. Wait a minute. As I slay the final zombie, what happens? Because I still have not received the key. No! It almost fell off the ledge. But it walked away from me, so that's the frustrating part. Could it not see me? Was that the problem? I still did not get the moon key, guys. Oh boy. Maybe I'm supposed to head back, find new enemies, and then find the moon key there. One would presume. It would have indeed killed... No, I'm not worried about missing this kill. I was just worried that I would effectively witness yet another instance of something I've complained about, after I've also complained about this sort of thing being presumably attempted to be prevented via another thing that creates an even more upsetting effect. So you would have a zombie walk over to the edge, then walk off the edge, fall and kill itself, while at the same time they are programmed not to walk onto bridges because they could hypothetically, when walking on bridges, fall off the bridges and then effectively kill themselves. So you have two disappointing behaviors in one. On one hand, you have them refusing to go on bridges and follow you into scary situations, and on the other hand, you have them killing themselves anyway. Have I missed a key? Because as we have firmly established, I need a key. Oh no, two teleporters? Huh. Yes, well, which have I visited then? Presumably the one straight ahead. Yes, that would be the one. Which... Oh, and I get deposited here. Okay, the one straight ahead is the one I have visited. So the one at an angle, 45 degrees angle, is the one I need to visit now. Oh, spiders. You'd presume this sort of thing would be accessible via the spider key, but no. It's just a web, it's just a web, it's not a spider, strictly speaking. It's not a spider in any sense, really. Check the corners, corners checked. Ah, yes, a high elevation, so as not to say that I'm so high right now. But I am at an appreciable altitude. Danger, yes, I can imagine. Obviously, you activate it and something pops out. Something more horrifying than mere living dead. Maybe the fat zombies, that will be the next step up. Either way, let's switch to the can. Oh no! Oh no! Spider boss! You've locked me in, you monsters! You've locked me in! Can! Sure can! Now that was a nice little beat, wasn't it? They lock you in with the boss for a moment. You know, just so that tensions can run high. So you can get all emotional experiencing that. Okay, that was a waste of ammo. That was an interesting encounter indeed. I expected a single step up, and this is a straightforward mini-boss. Wait, what? A wall behind it? Raises and lowers? Wait, 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 no! There's a... I can make it fall! I should make it fall! 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 No! Fall! Die! Just fall off the... Damn it! Ah, come on! How do I do it? How do I push it off? What do I have that could possibly have the desired knockback effect? I could use the wand, or the staff, or whatever you want to call it, and just deplete its health that way. You know what? I have the health. Fine. Wand it is. I'll just wait here. So, interesting day, hasn't it been? Possibly. Now, this is a nice moment to go over all of those things that I have just been going over. Those interesting encounters and so on. But unfortunately... Oh, I think it's dead. Unfortunately, I do believe I've exhausted the topic. So I'm left here with not much to remark on. In the time of greatest need. And it's gone. Hold on, how do you return if this place collapses anyway? Oh, right, of course it unlocks. Fair enough. Alright. Let's pick up this. Yeah, of course, of course. Don't worry, I will not forget about the staff. See, this raises and lowers alongside that thing. Just curious. Come on. Up you go. I guess hypothetically you could presumably just activate the pillar and run. I'm not going to get 100% of the kills anyway, so I could just elect to do that. Okay, I have been sped out over here, and now I have no clue which I have gone into and which I haven't. So there's this one straight ahead, and there's one at an angle. So presumably this one's next. Yes, it is. I have to hop on back here to activate it. Presumably it's just a small space with a pillar and a stressful encounter. Ha! You know, I have mentioned that I could hypothetically activate the pillar and run. Well, that's the exact same... that's the exact scenario they have prevented with the raising of the pillars around you. Hex... I should... I don't want to commit myself to this. And I think I've already said that. I don't want to commit myself to playing Hexen, but... Hexen Beyond Heretic, I believe. So isn't there a prequel to that? Shouldn't the first game be, I believe, Heretic or something? I think Hexen's the sequel. Oh look, another doctor's bag. And a hellhound. I genuinely don't know it anymore. Yeah, I was about to... Oh, of course, and you pick up the extra Tesla ammo over here for the obvious reason that that's what you are presumed to file at the Hellhounds, because it deals with them also well. I don't know, do I actually have a favorite build game? Am I such a fan? Ultimately play basically every single genre, so it's a questionable proposition. I'm not sure if I'm that into them. I guess at this point I would... What? Oh, they collapse! Oh, this is fascinating! So if you desperately want to leave, you will not necessarily be able to because they might be all the way down. Curious. I think I might be more interested in retro titles... retro titles over vintage titles. And by that I mean titles that have been stylized to look retro, rather than titles that are genuinely old at this point. Oh, and I of course have the Moon Key right now. So, I have mentioned Nightmare Reaper as something I would look forward to playing. I should presumably look into doing that rather than playing anything else. Like, I don't know, Duke Nukem 3D at this point, Hexen, anything like that. That would be nice, because I would genuinely enjoy myself. And I think that's an important factor in all of this, isn't it? A path opens up leading downstairs. What's that sound? Meh, I think I'll... As with most things, if I essentially eventually decide to torture myself with these games, I'll presumably just play them in order. Whoa! Of course they're behind pillars, so if you walk all the way down, they just surprise you, and if you walk over there, then they once again surprise you. And if you know they're behind pillars, you can just toss dynamite there. Whoops. You can still hear them screaming even if you teleport over there. Which is, I guess, a nice evasion tactic. You can just hop into the teleporter and avoid getting shot by them. Okay, any left? I mean, I can just barge in and take the damage head on. There's a spare doctor's bag over there, and I'm above 100 at this point anyway. It doesn't matter. Taking extra damage is insignificant in these circumstances. I shouldn't be so squeamish about it. So leery to just charge into enemies. If I have enough health, unless I'm actually outright slain. Once again, a nice beat. Two of them just charging at you. Reasonably nice. I do believe that's bound to be the end of the level. I've been through enough. What is this cube? There's bound to be something inside. I don't trust the cube. It's like that scene from 2001: A Space Odyssey. There's bound to be something about that cube. Yeah, I was about to ask, is there something on one side, a door or something? No, no, it'll presumably lower itself soon enough, and something will be within. Or it contains a I don't know. We're about to find out. Danger, you don't say. Should give me signs for, well, a place is safe at this stage. You know, I fell off, but I might as well have, because I basically had nothing to do with the cultists over there. Yeah, whatever. I can use the doctor's bag, then head on in, teleport, and be done with it? I wish. Danger. Well, it's not like I really have alternatives, do I? Can't really head on up there, so I have to head down into the mines. Presumably to some ancient chthonic temple. Yeah, since we are going deep into the mountains, I guess chthonic is the exact... It's, I don't play Scrabble, so I don't know how many points. It's a many-point word. In a nutshell. Ooh! And the end of the level is underwater. Let's save! And then let's exit and effectively save. I have discovered 0 out of 3 secrets. Not a single secret has been discovered by me this level. And guess what? I have failed to dispatch 2. 2 enemies. 2 enemies left. Exactly. Guess who? It was those 2 wraiths. That just gets my blood boiling, as I can see from the heart rate monitor. But yes, those were the 2 wraiths. I have missed them, and I do miss them. I would have killed absolutely everything, but hey, you all here as my witnesses. I would have slain all of them. I just didn't have the patience. I could have reloaded. I could have possibly just corralled them into that tiny spot, could have taken the extra damage, tanked it with my face over letting them out, and letting them fly free. And just derp around the level, swirling in circles, flying into mountainsides and so on. But I didn't, and that's okay. Either way, I guess I will save around here. As, of course, I'm underwater and about to get nibbled on by piranhas. I have no idea what the level is called, and quite frankly, I do not look forward to finding out as I am over here underwater about to get nibbled on. So that is a story for another time entirely. It is level 8, there are quite a few levels in this expansion. Once again, the level design is delightful, delectable, awesome. There are all of these emotional moments baked in. There's a story told by every single bit. And yet, of course, alas, it falls short in certain regards. But that's okay. Either way, I thank you all oh so much for watching once again. And you will see me elsewhere.